Hey, what's up, monsters? Welcome to a brand new episode of the Horror Bin Podcast. We get all your ratings, reviews, recommendations, and just general horror vibe topics here on the podcast. I'm your host, Julian Fernandez. With me today, a returning guest. You might have seen him on an earlier episode. You might have seen him on America's Got Talent. You could see his new special on YouTube, Amazon, and
Apple TV. It's on
and
a
Apple
bunch
TV
of places right now.
Hell yeah, dude. Sorry, I blank on that, but
I don't care. Whatever. They'll find it. If you type in Alex Hooper, brace yourself, you'll find it. It'll come up.
But you just heard him. You just heard his name. It's Alex Hooper, everybody.
Oh, wow. I'm glad I know my own name.
Yeah,
you know?
that's the important thing.
I mean, there was a time when I didn't. I had part of my special. I talk about this. I had cancer, and then I got sepsis, and I had a stroke. And when I went to the hospital, I said, "What's your name?" And I said, "Alex." They said, "Last name," and I went, "I don't know."
Oh no.
So I say it like kind of casually, like, of course I know my name.
But there's some reality behind it.
There is. There was a time when I was totally stumped on world's easiest question.
Oh boy. Well, I'm glad you're feeling it's it's you're in full full remission.
Yeah, I mean they don't, I've been totally clear of all scans for the last 2 years.
Fantastic.
So that's the good news about it. So I don't know, no one's ever used the word remission with me. I think they wait a little while, but nothing has come back. So that's the important thing.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad to see you're still out and about, still kicking. And in horror terms, still screaming.
Still screaming, still slashing, still murdering.
Still murdering. But we're not talking about slashing and murdering today. We're talking about just monsters being monsters and doing what monsters do best. And sometimes not even monsters. We're talking about creature features today. And Alex, when I say creature feature, what to you, like if someone asks, what is that? What to you is your definition of a creature feature?
So typically for me, I think about the animal as the monster. And now it doesn't have to be an oversized one. Like arachnophobia, technically to me, is a creature feature.
Oh yeah.
But I also love when it's a giant monster. I love, I like things like the Meg that are so ridiculous and weird. But anything that has to do with some sort of horrifying monster that is taking people out is so great. We were talking about Crawl the other day.
Yeah.
Now, Crawl is a movie that is incredibly realistic because part of it is based off reality. If you haven't seen Crawl, that is when a hurricane happens in Florida and alligators rise up with the hurricane and are suddenly just in people's houses and roaming through just kind of going through the streets.
Yeah, and if you're unlucky enough to be trapped in your house with alligators, good luck.
But I remember like that kind of thing. There's something about it. And I love animals, I have dogs and I'm like all this, but like there's something about that is so terrifying because I don't know how to kill a snake. If an anaconda is hunting me, I don't know what to do. If a human's hunting me, I just turn around and tell them a hilarious bit.
They're like, all right, you made me chuckle. I'll let you live.
Yeah, you get out of here. All right, John Wayne Gacy, you go back upstairs and enjoy your party.
I guess I'll put another body on the floorboards. It's fine.
But I think it comes from the lack of understanding of the animal brain.
Mm-hmm.
And so it doesn't even need to be an animal. Like I was thinking about creature features that I love. Do you remember Deep Rising? So
yes.
They're like these underwater, almost giant eel-like things, but they're aliens too. Like
that is something I wanted to bring up in terms of when it comes to, because for me, like I agree with that. It's a very like creature feature is very animal, very it's of nature, and it's just doing what it does, just what it knows instinctually to do.
Right.
Whether it be defend its territory, getting food, or just whatever. Most of the time it's never really like, oh, it's just killing for the sake of killing.
Right.
Most of the time it's you're in its territory, you're doing something, you did something, blah 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 blah. It's just acting on instinct. But where like looking up a list, in doing research today and yesterday, like The Mist and Alien are considered, or not The Mist, The Thing. The Mist is also great. But The Thing, and I'd say, I'd also say The Mist too. The Thing, The Mist, and like Alien were in that list that I found that would be considered creature features.
Yeah.
I'm of the subject that I don't really see Alien specifically because it's an intelligent alien being. I see more creature feature. It's like it's of your environment that you are in, like
Yeah,
on
I agree
Earth
with
at
I
least.
agree. I agree with that.
Like Godzilla and King Kong, I can consider creature features because they're monsters that live amongst the planet.
Hmm.
Whether there's an explanation as to why they're that big or why they're the way they are is besides the point. It's just they're monsters doing what they do. They've been here a while. The Creature from the Black Lagoon probably being like the earliest classic example of a creature feature.
Yep.
You know,
The
there's no
greatest musical show ever at Universal Studios, The Creature from the Black Lagoon.
I don't think I remember hearing about it. I don't think I ever saw it.
I never
though.
saw it either because immediately one of my coworkers came back when I used to work there and was just like, do not. This thing sucks. It lasted like months.
Yeah.
Which at Universal, like everything goes for so many years
Mhm.
that like you're like, this is people don't even know what this is anymore. Like is Waterworld still a show? There it is, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. People don't even know what Waterworld is,
Yeah.
but it's a great live show.
Kids show up and they're just excited to see a stunt show. They don't need to. They really don't need that much context to it.
Nobody needed Creature from the Black Lagoon, the musical, for sure. But yes, the thing, I guess the thing kind of falls in there because it's this mysterious creature that's kind of in the elements, in the ice, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. Is there a particular one that you saw first that kind of like drew you into liking creature features?
I mean, Jaws, I
Oh,
remember
yeah, of
I saw
course.
Jaws when I was 7 years old, and my family used to take a beach vacation in Ocean City, Maryland every single year. It was about a 3-hour drive from us, and every year we'd spend a week at the beach. And I remember that year, I refused to go more than a foot or two in the water. I was so terrified. And it's because there's a scene in Jaws, I think it's the first one, where the kid's just on the float, like on
that's
the
the first
float.
one.
Yeah, and just gets attacked in super shallow water.
Mhm.
And I was like, well, that's enough for me. I'm done here. That's obviously real. That can happen. This is a documentary.
Yeah.
I'm not going in there anymore.
No, it's the same for me. I remember watching it as a sleepover. The opening credits scared me.
Yeah.
The music alone is a horror
So
vibe.
iconic.
It's iconic. It's a vibe. It sets the tension just right.
It's John Williams, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's John Williams.
Oh, yeah.
yeah. It's John Williams.
It's John Williams.
He knows what he's doing every time.
Oh, if people are only doing the audio of this is a beautiful vibration.
I saw a thing. Let me double check. But I saw a thing that was like I'll come across certain TikToks or videos that will be like, hey, you don't have to go that hard. It's a kids movie. And it was the music underneath was the bells of Notre Dame. It was like somebody being like, you don't have to go that hard. This is for kids. And it's like, I think it's John Williams that did the music for Notre Dame music. Is it here?
We're doing our own research here, people.
Yeah.
For those that are just listening.
Alan Menken did. Well, he did the music. I don't know if he conducted it.
Oh, Alan Menken is a superstar because he did
Yeah.
Little Shop of Horrors.
Oh yeah.
My mom went to high school with him.
Did she really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Or, high school or college, I can't remember which, but she knew
either way,
she knew
that's-
him in some respects. And Little Shop of Horrors, creature feature. Speaking of,
Oh yeah.
like in a very broad aspect of it.
Yeah.
But yes, this is a plant that is now eating people. Now, granted, it's comedic,
Yeah.
but like it's still
in the vein of that like classic B horror movie schlock aesthetic.
Yes, I mean, and also the scene between Steve Martin and Bill Murray in the dentist chair.
Oh my god, so funny.
Is so goddamn funny. It is so like with Steve Martin doing everything he can to torture this person. Bill Murray's going just the happiest person.
I
Like, I
love
love
it.
this so much.
Oh man, I love this. This is great.
Oh, it's brilliant. So you'll be a dentist, a dentist.
It's great.
We're getting off topic.
But Alan Menken, I guess just to round off that point, was like a thing that was just like, you don't have to go that hard. It's a kids movie. And it's just like bells on. It's just like Alan Menken just like, yes, and you just see like the producer just be like, it's perfect.
Yeah, and suddenly we're on a tangent of just like, did you know my mom blew Alan Menken outside of a football game in
Oh yeah, my mom blew.
1966?
To go back to what brought up Alan Menken and Hunchback and all that, but I mean the music can definitely set the tone. But seeing like the creatures do their thing is always just so entertaining. Jaws,
Yeah.
like I said, setting that tone in the opening credits for me as a kid, really setting that tension, me being like barely even able to get through the movie also.
Yeah.
And even so, like there's a limit to how much I will go into the ocean when I'm at a beach. Like I still am kind of like, no,
I think about it
fucking
every time.
fucking Cthulhu's down there. I'm not gonna go in his house.
You know what scares me? Yeah, exactly. It's down there.
Yeah.
You know what absolutely terrifies me is just broad. So nothing scares me more than not knowing what's underneath the water.
Yes.
And I remember, so for a bachelor party many years ago, we were at Lake Tahoe spending a few days, and we took a boat out, and they were like, oh, you can just jump off here. And I was like, oh, cool. They're like, it's one of the clearest lakes in the entire world, one of the deepest lakes in the entire world. And I was like, great. They're like, it's like 800 feet down.
Oh, no.
And I remember jumping in and opening my eyes, and the fact that I could see like 200 feet down, that was terrifying to me. Even though I could see totally that there's nothing there,
But it's just dark abyss.
that was just as scary to me as not knowing at all. Being able to see this vast expanse of blue and just thinking like, oh, there's things down there.
Yeah.
There's definitely things down there.
There's things that I may be looking down. There's something looking up for sure. There's gotta be.
And my skin's really pink. I just look like a slippery fat lobster. So that somehow made it to the surface.
Yeah, you look at me in the water. You tell me I don't look like a seal. Please.
A seal with a very fashionable haircut.
Yeah. On the topic of animals, look, we were talking about like I do find that the animal creature feature is like something that is a bit more exciting. Is there a particular animal creature feature that you've seen that you're like, man, that's other than I'd say other than a shark, but I'll if that's still in the realm.
It's typically because it is in the realm. Like remember Deep Blue Sea? Great one. But
Stellan
really
Skarsgård.
For me, it's all about like the reptilian creatures. So like even Jurassic Park falls into this category where there's something about a reptile where you're just thinking lizard brain. It has no comprehension for anything other than kill, survive, which makes it reasoning goes out the window. There is like in other kinds of horror movies, you're like, why is this guy killing everybody? In an animal movie, you never question
you're just like shark's gonna shark, dude. Like
exactly. And it goes as far as like, even if the animal's not oversized. Like, do you remember the movie, the Killer Bee movie that was on Fox in the 90s? That was all about, so it was all about the African honeybees, the killer bees. They were saying these are coming to America. This was a made for Fox movie. And just that alone, I'm like, oh, this could be real. There it is.
This one right here.
Oh my God.
With C. Thomas Howell.
This movie used to scare the fucking pants off of me because I was like, at the end of the movie,
just killer bees. Okay.
They show the map of the United States. They say, just so you know, killer bees are real. This is where they already are: Arizona, New Mexico, Texas. This is where they'll be in 20 years. Covers the entire landscape of the United States. And that left me going, well, guess I'm fucked. Guess I'm never going to be able to appreciate anything ever again. This is horrifying. They are around the corner waiting in hives and trees to kill me.
Yeah. If anybody wants to look it up, it's a TV movie, Killer Bees, released in 2002. After a truck accident causes their release, a small rural town is faced with a swarm of killer bees. Crazy. C. Thomas Howell. Oh, I think I've seen this guy before. Where is he?
Oh, he's a classic horror movie actor.
He's in a ton of stuff.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So it's just one of those.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, there you go. So it's one of those things where that's why it's so scary to me.
Mm-hmm.
I can understand why a human would murder. I've murdered myself many times. There are a lot of dead bodies in the wake of Alex Hooper. I'm not going to tell you where any of them are.
I can try to prove it. Law.
They're out there, okay? But there's something about the animal that's just like, it's the instinct. You have to figure it doesn't really know what it's doing. So that's my problem is when a creature feature is like, they're like, it's hunting us. I'm like, that's not like, if it's hunting you like an animal would, I'm fine with it. If it's pulling tricks or something like that, that I don't care about anymore. Just show me that it's just killing because it needs to eat.
Yeah.
That's all I want.
Needs to survive, needs to thrive. Of like a lot of animals, especially in recent years. I mean, we've had a cocaine fueled bear.
Oh yeah, cocaine
We've had
bear.
a variety of sharks in both prehistoric and tornado form.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a particular animal, if you had to, is there a particular animal in a creature feature that you'd be, I don't want to say willing, but like, I guess, yeah, I guess willing. Yeah, willing to go up against if you had to. Not so much that you're like, bring them on, but.
Oy. I mean, it would have to be something small for sure. Like,
Mhm.
obviously, I don't want to fight the Lake Placid alligator.
No.
I don't. No, thank you. Betty White, you did great.
Yeah.
Just like,
America's grandma.
which, by the way, when she in that movie goes, "This is the part where if I had a cock, I tell you to suck it." Amazing. Thank you, Betty White. I hope that's the last thing they played at your funeral.
And the Oscars in memoriam.
Oh my.
Betty White. This is the part. If I had a cock, I'd say suck it.
Amazing. Yes. Honorary Oscar goes to you, Betty.
Oh my
Which I
God.
got to work with Betty White when I first moved out here.
Oh, yeah?
I was on an episode of Hot in Cleveland, and it was an episode. She was on one of the stars of that show, and they brought Mary Tyler Moore back for the episode. So I'm like a year and a half into living in LA. It's my first sitcom that I was cast in out here, and I was like, holy fucking shit, I am next to icons right now. This
Yeah.
is insane. But anyway, so yeah, I mean, it would have to be something small that I feel like I could maybe have a chance against. Cujo would probably kill me, but at least I know, if I just shove my fingers in that red rocket a little bit and just kind of diddle, then maybe he'll be entertained enough that he won't kill me anymore.
The ending Stephen King didn't include.
Yeah, exactly.
And then the mom and son just jack the dog off.
Yeah, of course. That's what happens, right? It's just a red rocket, red rocket, red rocket.
You got me. I get that. Like a dog going up against a dog. I mean, it stands to reason, like at any point in our day-to-day life, we could be facing a dog in a life or death situation at any moment.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of other creature features like with smaller animals, because I know there's plenty of them.
Yeah.
They're just not like necessarily coming to mind right now. I mean, bugs are always going to be scary to me just because bugs are just so alien. But I'm trying to like think of like a smaller animal. You know what I would like to see? I would like to see a movie where a sloth is killing people.
There is a movie.
Is there?
There is a movie.
Wait,
hold on.
second.
There is. It was recent. Slaughterhouse. Slaughterhouse is a horror film. I think Melissa Barrera's in it.
I don't know.
No, not. That's the girl from Scream 5 and 6.
Oh, okay. I never saw
But
those.
it's fine. She's not in this. But yes, Slaughterhouse. Emily Young, a senior, wants to be elected as her sorority president. Already, I'm wondering how the sloth fits into all this.
I know.
She adopts a cute sloth, thinking it can become the new mascot and help her win, until a string of fatalities implicate the sloth as the main subject in the murders.
Love it.
Love
it. Now I need to watch this movie immediately.
If you and I both get to this, I will bring you back on to talk. 2023 was when it released. PG-13. That's I guess a downside, but
incredible.
Oh my God, you saw that? Oh my!
Incredible.
It looks like for those listening and those maybe watching and not being able to see what we're looking at, we're seeing little muted clips of the trailer. This looks like the sloth is all done with practical stuff. Oh my God.
Oh yeah. I mean, okay.
The sloth has a face like it was trying to paint a skull on its face.
Yeah.
Can
I get super dark with you for a second? Is that allowed on a horror movie podcast?
Of course.
Okay.
To the kids listening, just
this is
cover your ears.
This is so dark, and it is real. So growing up, I had a friend that played on a couple baseball teams of mine, and this kid was hilarious. He was the funniest kid ever. He went on I was probably not 10 years old when this happened. He went on a holiday with his family to an African safari. And in the middle of the night, hyenas pulled him out of his tent and ripped him to shreds. They carried him off, and the safari guide chased them down, and the parents had to listen to their child's screams, and he died. And and my dad I remember my dad going, "Hey Alex, I gotta tell you something about your friend Gareth." And I was like, "Whoa." And like he told me this. It's just the most unbelievable thing you could ever. And so
I don't even know how you begin to break that news to anyone, let alone a kid.
I mean, brutal.
Wow.
I cannot imagine these parents. Like, you're the worst nightmare, and that just led in to this overwhelming fear of the animal kingdom.
Mhm.
And until I got a dog, I never had a good relationship with animals ever. Animals I used to get shit on by birds, bitten by dogs. A zebra charged me once at the zoo. No shit. I've talked about this on other podcasts because it was such an intense experience.
Oh my God.
A zebra charged the metal fence at me at the Smithsonian Zoo in Washington, D.C., and just started bashing its head against the wrought iron gate that was holding it back.
Meanwhile, a priest on the other side of the museum is like, is that Damien?
Seriously, a crowd of people spread and just stared at me while this thing literally bashed its head trying to kill me. I had horrible relationships with animals my entire life. Thank God my pugs saved it. So,
otherwise, Alex would be out here hunting big game,
Oh yeah, dude. I'm coming after you.
Before we start wrapping things up here, I did come up with a few like fun little questions to kind of test your creature feature knowledge, or even just animal knowledge, since we're also bringing them up too. Let me just pull this up here. Don't want to come on, phone, work with me. There we go. Cool. So of a lot of the animals who record wise have killed a lot are deadliest and dangerous to especially humans. Which of these four has not had a horror film release? There is the sharks, bears, orcas, hippopotamuses.
Well, so hippos are the most deadly.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's because honestly, nobody remembers the murder scene in Free Willy. I remember the murder scene in Free Willy. So yeah, Michael Madsen, whoa, buddy. He did Free Willy and Reservoir Dogs too close together.
Yeah.
I think it's hippos.
It is hippos. Yeah.
Okay, sick.
It is hippos because
Nice.
there is a movie called Orca, the Killer Whale.
Yeah.
And sharks. We were talking about it a lot. I had to put in like an easy guess.
But I will say this: do you remember the movie Congo?
I do.
So there is a hippo scene in that movie where hippos attack while they're on the river crossing at night.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is always, Congo is a movie. I love that movie so much. Again, we're talking.
You gotta love Tim Curry, dog.
Tim Curry and that shit. Was it the
He's
the
trying to
city
put
of
on.
Zoo?
He's trying to put on an accent of some kind.
Oh, it's so great.
No, the diamonds are here.
Yeah. And again, creature feature, you got these silver gorillas, right?
Yeah.
But there's a scene in that where hippos are like attacking at night and terrifying.
And the only other movie, because I forgot that Congo had that. The only other movie I had as an example of actually showing off that hippos are not to be fucked with, Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle. There's a scene where Jack Black gets straight up just wrecked by a hippo.
Oh yeah,
and they lay out all these details about like hippos on land, they can run up to this amount of speed and this and that and this and that. Just like listing their stats, and it's like, yeah, these guys will fuck people up, dude.
Yeah, and rhinos can birth a Jim Carrey without anyone knowing what's gonna happen, which is one of the funniest scenes ever in a movie.
Oh yeah,
getting pretty hot in these rhinos.
Because we already found about the sloth. Is there another particular animal that you think would be entertaining to have in a horror film as the main antagonist of the film?
Whoa. I mean,
I'll let you know if like you name one that's like, no, that has been.
well, because honestly, like I want to say, like something unsuspecting, like has a gerbil ever like or a hamster ever been like
Ooh.
the thing? Because I want to think of something like a pet, like a ferret or something like that, or something.
Mm.
What I mean, honestly, I would
That
watch a
would
movie
be
if there was a hermit crab killing people, just like breaking out of its shell at night, moving like the slowest as a snail. There's definitely been snails,
Yeah.
like giant snails.
Yeah.
Hermit crabs, I don't know. I mean,
I don't think hermit crabs.
I have such an
have been.
affinity for pugs that I mean, I would love to watch a pug
I-
just
I-
murdering.
David Cronenberg, we got a pug movie idea for you.
Yeah,
Come
there
hit
it
us
is.
up,
Please.
Yeah. What was that? Was the gerbil one the closest to a gerbil? We do have rats in a horror
Mhm.
film. Both versions of Willard. One with Crispin Glover.
Yep.
And then obviously, I mean, rats. You can use them in anywhere. So I guess a gerbil would be an interesting pick.
Yeah.
Like something that's not really at first glance you wouldn't even think twice.
Well, that's what I like, the idea of like a little girl that has this pet and she loves it so much. And then next thing you know, it's crawling into Richard Gere's ass. And then it's controlling Richard Gere, and it's actually Richard Gere doing the killing. But you don't know that it's a hamster that's actually the one that's the mechanic using this as a mechanism.
It's a real Scrappy Doo situation.
Yeah.
Look, it's a man in a mask. No, it's a gerbil.
Because I mean, there's so few animals that have never gotten like the killer movie treatment.
Mhm.
So few. Even I mean, like I watched that movie Beast that came out a couple of years
Oh,
ago with
Idris?
Idris Elba.
Yeah.
where it's just a lion that's basically like attacking and killing for no reason.
Yeah.
Anything like that, I'm just like, give it to me.
Yeah.
I want it.
Let's get more cocaine bears. Cocaine bears. Plural. Let's pluralizes. You see cubs at the end of the movie.
Give me meth monkeys.
Meth
dude.
monkeys.
Give me PCP piranhas.
Let me get some heroin hawks,
Heroin hog it just die. It's just like right
It's
to
a
the
short
ground.
movie.
Yeah. But I was like, oh man, piranha, dude! What a great with the
Piranha.
sound they make when they attack it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good. They made the new one a few years back that was like, I mean, so much tits in that movie, dude.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
They're like in like Lake Havasu.
The sequel to that one is Piranha 3 Double D.
Oh yeah.
And so that's one of my favorite things. Ving Rhames comes back for this sequel after you assume he gets killed in the first one, because I vividly remember he like grabs a propeller engine from a bow and starts like like chewing on his legs, just slowly slumps over, and you're like, well, Ving Rhames died. Okay, I get it. He comes back. He just has no legs in a wheelchair. Paul Shear's pulling him around for some reason.
Yeah.
And then at one point he's just like, bring me my leg. And it's like a Gatling gun that he starts shooting piranhas at a water park.
I love it.
The piranha movies are great. Any sea creature movies, like sea creature features, they really like when they're like, let's do another one. They really like, oh, we got an idea.
Dude, and honestly, lean the fuck in.
Sometimes,
like, okay,
yeah.
like a movie, like we mentioned Crawl before, right? Crawl was legitimately scary because they didn't go so far beyond the realm of possibility. You have to do one or the other. You can't be in the middle. You either have to be very realistic, so this is terrifying, or you have to go so campy and large and stupid and outlandish that it's just the complete opposite of realistic and scary.
100%.
I don't want anything in the middle that doesn't really know what it is.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree with that 100%. I mean, it's I'm trying to remember, because we even have like an Anaconda movie coming back out.
We do?
We got Jack Black.
What?
What's God? Let me look up. Yeah, they're making an on top of, because we talked about what I know we did last summer. And they're making a Anaconda. There.
I like to say anaconda.
Anaconda.
Anna Gosteyer.
Anna Gosteyer.
I've always said anaconda.
Yeah, so
I'm not that fancy.
Yeah, so we got a new Anaconda, whatever one.
There's snakes out there this big.
But we got a group of friends going through midlife crisis. They decide to remake a favorite movie from their youth, but encounter unexpected events when they enter the jungle. This is going to star Jack Black, Paul Rudd, Steve Zahn, Tandy Newton, Daniela Melchior played Ratcatcher in The Suicide Squad. After my heart. Ben Lawson. Oh yeah, we got
all you had to
pretty
say
stacked cast.
was Jack Black, Paul Rudd, and who was the third one that you
Steve
said?
Zahn.
And Steve Zahn. Get
Zahn.
out of here.
Underrated.
These are iconic comedy actors. I mean, Jack Black and Steve Zahn together again, Saving Silverman, not a horror movie. One of the funniest.
It's
fucking
great.
movies.
That was the earliest thing I've seen with both of them in it. I think.
Oh my god, funny.
Other than Jack Black and his weird cameos he made at some point in
Right.
Waterworld.
Yeah, exactly. Dude,
Tying
that
that back.
Waterworld cameo as the pilot gunner or whatever. Yeah.
But yeah, we got. I mean, creature features. They're still alive and well. I mean, I feel like we see a different shark movie almost every other month. Sometimes we got Anaconda. I'm Anaconda. I'm an Anaconda girl. Anaconda movie.
Clearly you are. Yeah.
So horror comedy. I'm hoping this will be good. Wasn't really a big fan of Paul Rudd's last horror comedy, which I guess we can also
Which
say
is what?
Creature, Death of a Unicorn.
Oh, I didn't even see. What is that?
It's out. It's out now. It's new. It's
okay.
It's him. Jenna Ortega plays his daughter. They go to like these rich people's compound on a nature preserve, and they run over a unicorn.
Oh.
And then shenanigans ensue.
Okay.
But it's kind of light on the comedy, kind of light on the horror. So it's kind of like
horror comedy is tough.
It's a C movie. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I mean, there are some things. It's not Cabin in the Woods. It takes place in the woods in a cabin, but it's not Cabin in the Woods. There's a movie that I'm thinking of that perfectly blended horror and comedy.
Cabin Fever.
Yes, Cabin Fever. I legitimately was like, this is pretty scary and this is really funny.
It has probably one of the greatest joke setups and punchlines ever in a movie, and I think we'll wrap it up after this. And I can't say the word. But they go to like that hillbilly gas station or whatever, and then they're like, "What's that gun for?" It's for N-words, and they're like, "Oh my god!" They leave. It is now the end of the movie. Like, the kids get water out of the lake to make lemonade, and you're like, "Uh-oh!" But then we see the guy. These two black guys roll up, and they like inner city kind of black guys too. Like they're all decked out in like just gear, and the car's blasting music. Guy gets up, like kind of like, oh, he's gonna get the gun. Goes in, he gets the gun off the shelf. They come in, and he's like, "What up, Matt?
Yeah,
what's up? Hey, here you go. Here's that gun I promised you guys." Isn't that the greatest payoff in any horror movie I've ever seen?
I mean, that's what I'm talking about. Is they legitimately had this movie where like people are dying from this horrible like
the
illness,
body
this
horror,
bacteria,
just gross.
Like,
and,
it's so nasty and then. To have a joke like that be the button of the film?
That's how it ends. That smash cut right after that.
Really beautiful stuff. Well done. Yeah. Well done, whoever made that movie.
Yeah. And thank you again, Alex, for being on. Appreciate it as always. Imparting your creature feature knowledge. You got your camera right here. You got your microphone right there. Let the people know where they can find you, what you got going on. Let them know.
Hi, everybody. This is a resident creature, Alex Hooper, human crab. You can find me at Hooper Hairpuff on all social media. HooperComedy.com. My brand new special, Brace Yourself, is out right now on Prime Video, Apple TV, a few other places you can buy it, Fandango, YouTube, Google Play, stuff like that. Please go watch it, everybody. I'm very proud of it. And hopefully, next time you see me, I will be acting in a movie where mutant pugs are licking me to death. So look out for it, everybody.
Come on, Cronenbergs, call us up. Let's do it. Whoever did The Substance, come on.
Yeah, seriously. Pugnacious, coming soon to a theater near you.
Pugnacious, I like it.
Repugnant. Even better.
Listen, this script is writing itself, guys.
It's already written.
You're sitting on a gold mine here.
Listen, I train AI models as a part-time job when I'm not doing comedy. If I said pug slasher movie, go, it would write something brilliant.
Oh, yeah. And you guys can also find me on all the things, Julian F. Comedy, julianfcomedy.com for all my show dates and tour dates. Follow this podcast on all the things as well, Horror Bin Pod on all the things. Make sure to like, share, subscribe. do all the things. Let's build an entire terrifying zoo of subscribers coming together to rampage everywhere, left and right. But again, Alex, thank you so much for coming back on. Really appreciate it. Thank you guys for listening and watching. And as we say at the end of every episode, get away, you 8-legged freaks.
Yes.
Bye.
Ow.